Hi everybody, welcome back to Art a la Carte. So this is another Sketch With Me video, which is a series of videos that I do every once in a while when I am working on kind of boosting an area in my art and I have to practice, and sometimes I would just record it and let you tag along with me while I sketch. This footage is actually sped up about twice as fast, so this sketching was a 20-minute session. I generally try to do a 20 to 30 minute sketch. Try to do it every day. Sometimes it doesn't happen, but I like to. Usually I'll do a sketch exercise before I start drawing something permanent, like working on a bigger project, just to kind of loosen everything up. And other times I'll do these sketch practices when I want to boost a specific area in my art. And I find that focusing in on that certain point for, a week or 2 weeks or even a month really helps me to progress fast. Right now, my focus for practicing is working on not just drawing the figure, but trying to portray the figure in a more natural and organic pose and not to be as stiff as some of my figures have been kind of battling with. And so that's what this whole sketch session is about, just trying to loosen it up and draw figures and just not that front looking at you pose, but just doing different things. So normally my sketch sessions are, roughly about a half an hour. Sometimes I'll bump them up to 45 minutes or an hour. About a year ago, I worked on the human figure for a month straight. So every day for 45 minutes, I took my sketchbook and I just filled it with sketches of people. And really at the end of the month, really found such an amazing progression for it. And I like to either do these in a sketchbook or to do them on the computer and then save the files, but I try not to throw the sketches or delete the files just because they're fun to go back and look at. And two, sometimes as you're sketching these little tiny sketches, one will just pop out and be the inspiration for a future picture. So like the one I'm doing right now is going to be a mermaid sketch, and I really like this one, and who knows, you might see this kind of themed piece in an upcoming finished piece later on. I don't know. I have a folder on my computer where I just keep all of my digital sketches. I have several different sketchbooks that I just keep filed away on my bookshelves that are just full of just practice sketches. You don't need to have a fancy sketchbook or sketch on the computer to do this. For a long time I would just take regular scratch paper or even printer computer paper and just draw on that, and then I would get like a paper folder like you would use in school, and I'd keep all of those in there, or sometimes a really big manila envelope and stuff all of those in there. So I have tons of those. Every once in a while it gets too much and I have to go through and kind of prune out the sketches a little bit, just because with all the drawing that you do, you would have to almost rent a warehouse after a while, or a storage closet or something, to house all of the sketchbooks that you have. It's kind of insane. The last ones that I kind of focused on for sketching to kind of bump up my skill in that level was drawing those kind of cute chibi characters, because they just weren't the look that I wanted with them, and I was getting ready to make the coloring page pack that had all the cute little girls in it, and so I spent like several weeks just sketching cute things getting those eyes just right. It was really in the eyes that I was really focusing with, and the hair, how the hair was drawn, and the clothing detail, but mostly the face shape. So I did a lot of those drawings there. I don't think I recorded any of that sketching practice. I try to, though, but a lot of times when I'm sketching, I won't necessarily be a place that I can record, because I take sketchbooks with me where I go places, or even if I'm like at the restaurant waiting for my meal to come, if there's a paper napkin and I have a pen, chances are there's going to be something doodled on that napkin, just because that's just what my hand seems to want to do. Okay, so I know a lot of you guys were going to ask in the comments about the digital aspect of this, so let me go ahead and just tell you. I'm using my Cintiq Wacom tablet to sketch with, and the program that I'm using is the Clip Studio Paint Pro Really like that program, even more so than Photoshop to sketch in, just because I like the stability of the line. It's really smooth. And I've used Photoshop for years and years and years, and then when I found and tried out the Clip Studio Paint, just love it. There's certain things in Photoshop that I like better for digital stuff, but for the actual sketching and inking in, I love Clip Studio Paint. Another question I get a lot is about how do I use reference photos when I draw. And definitely when I'm doing these kinds of practices, I want to draw from life, because you can practice something from your head, but if you don't know exactly what it is and how it looks as you're drawing it, then you're going to be practicing it wrong. So I look at a lot of different reference things. So you can find references in like researching, like this one was a dance that I was looking at dancers. So you can find, you know, just researching Google images of ballet dancers or modern dance, things like that, jazz. You can get some really good positions. Other sports, martial arts, things like that can give you some really good actions. There is a website that I also use that is a free website, and you can kind of, there's a little bit of settings with it that you can kind of tell it how many pictures that you want, and it will time it for you if you want each picture to be up for like 2 minutes or 5 minutes or 30 minutes or 30 seconds before it switches the picture. It's really fun. You can choose if you want male figures or female figures or a mixture of both, if you want the models to be clothed or if you want them to be nude. I'll leave a link to that in the description box below, but again, I must put that disclaimer that it does offer nude model photographs, so if that's something you're sensitive about, you may want to take that into consideration. Now, there is the option on the website to click that you only want clothed model pictures, but that doesn't work 100% of the time. I've used that before, and every once in a while it pops up with a nude model. And you'll see how also I'm not trying to draw just what I'm comfortable with, which I love drawing the female figure. I'm really, really comfortable drawing that. And sometimes my male anatomy is just a little bit off. So on this practice session, I also try to throw in a few male figures in there as well. To always remember to kind of always be pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. I enjoy drawing, you know, fairies and mermaids and princesses and things like that. So I'm not strictly going to make myself only draw the male figure, but I am going to, it's kind of like eating dinner, and you get all the good stuff, but you have to, there's that one vegetable that you don't like, but you still have to eat a little bit of it. So throwing in some things that maybe you're not so excited about drawing, throw a few of those in as you're practicing. Kind of helps to become more rounded in your practicing. So this is my sketch session that I did a week ago. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Would love to see what you guys are sketching or working on. So if you post any of your pictures to social media, make sure to tag me in your photos. I'll leave links to all my social media, plus a playlist to my Drawing People 101 series, which will tell you all about how I draw people step by step. If you want some more information about that. Also, if there's something that you would like to see me practice or sketch in a Sketch With Me video, leave that in the comment section below. Maybe there's an animal or a certain feature that you would like to see more practice on, and see how I do that. I would love to hear what you guys would like to see. So anyway, I'm going to get back to my work. Thanks for hanging out with me, and until next time, God bless you guys, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye!